Right now is not the time for you to be questioning what's going on in your life, why it seems like you just lost, why you can't find yourself, why this seems like it's going wrong, that's going wrong, things are crumbling around you, relationships might be falling apart, friendships might be falling apart. Do not question it. Go with the flow. Right now is a time for you to be going into isolation, finding yourself, finding what you love to do, finding and reconnecting with yourself. It's not a time for you to be questioning, well, dang, God, why is this? Why is that? I wish this could be going this way or that could be going this way. You need to really take this time that you being given and really just look around at everything that's going on around you right now, and your spirit guides and angels are kind of just allowing you to go through this reflection period of really seeing what it is that you want out of life. You've been presented certain opportunities or chances to slip back into certain cycles that you once would have fell for. You didn't fall for it this time around. You have elevated and your vibration is at a much higher level than it was a year ago, 2 years ago, even a couple months ago. I'm seeing around the end of the 2024 calendar year, that last quarter of the calendar, you really spiritually went to a different level, and a lot of the things that used to serve you, they no longer serve you. Whether it's low vibrational things like smoking, drinking. In the past, you were using these things to try to raise your vibration because your vibration might have been lower, and it what seemed like brought you to a higher level of vibration so you could escape the reality of what was really going on in your life during that time. Maybe you used it as a coping mechanism. Maybe you just felt like it was beneficial for you and it was helping you get through what you needed to get through. And that's fine for the time being when that was going on. But I'm seeing right now, you're vibrating naturally at a higher frequency than any of those drugs or alcohol can provide for you. So now whenever you attempt to do those types of things, smoke, drink, it's lowering your vibration. And I'm just here to tell you that you're already vibrating higher. You don't need that anymore. You don't need those vices anymore, because spiritually you're at a different place than you were in the past. And you've outgrown a lot of things that you felt like you needed or you wanted, and that's a great thing. So don't question why things are going the way they're going. You just got to keep moving forward. You got to keep moving in love and trusting that everything is going to align the way it's supposed to be aligned. Whether you're in a relationship and you feel like things might not be going the way that you thought they were going to be going. Man, I thought I was always going to be with this person or be connected to this person, but here recently you've been drifting away, and you've been not even in a sense losing interest in the person, but you've been just realigning yourself, and they've been realigning themselves, and maybe you two don't align with each other anymore, and that's okay. Sometimes in life you have relationships that are supposed to teach you lessons, and you take from the relationship what you took from it and learn and grow, so that in your next relationship, if you do happen to have one, or if you decide to remain single for a while, focusing on yourself, you learn what you did wrong in the relationship. Don't look at what the other person did wrong. Look at what you did good, what you did bad, and reflect on it, so that in the future, in your next relationship or next situation that you do go into, you go into it with a higher vibration, that you don't feel like you're just using somebody as a rebound, or that you're getting used as a rebound, because sometimes I'm seeing that you don't like to be alone, and that's part of one of your problems right now. You don't like to be alone, but you do like to be alone at the same time, if that makes sense. And I know for me personally, I'm a Virgo. I'm a September 9th Virgo. So naturally, in my natural state, I'm a hermit, but I also crave and want that affection and attention. So I'll go through stages where it's like, I don't want to be around anybody. I want to kind of be to myself in isolation, reflect. But then when I want somebody to be there, it's messed up, but it's like I want them there on my terms. And that's something that I'm having to learn to grow and deal with, that I've got to love me first. I can't look for that love out of anybody else, and vice versa. It's something that I heard Will Smith say when it comes to the Jada Pinkett Smith situation. Like, she's got to love herself, and I've got to love myself for this to work, because I can't love you for you. I can't make you happy. Happiness is something that you have to find within yourself, and you got to find what makes you happy, what makes you drive, what makes you tick, and what makes you keep going. Because if you don't find that, you're always going to be looking for it in somebody else, and they're never going to be able to provide it for you. So like I said, right now is the time for you not to be questioning, why are you going through these emotions? Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Right now is the time for reflection, and really just you taking that step back to reconnect with yourself. If you've never been, in a sense, even connected to yourself, this is the perfect time to get connected. Go outside. It's about to be springtime. It's cold kind of in Kentucky where I'm at right now, but you can still go outside, go on hikes. It's not snowing outside. It's a little wet in my area, but still go out in nature. Go listen to the sounds of nature. Hear the birds chirp. Go touch some wet soil. You know what I'm saying? Really get out there and reconnect. If you've got to take your shoes off, ground yourself in the earth. Like, I'm really being so serious. This is something that you have to do. It's not even like an option right now. You have to reconnect to the source, to the planet, so you can realign your energy, because the energy you've been moving in here recently is just like lost, just going through the motions. Not stagnant, because you're moving, you're doing things on an everyday basis, but it's almost like a robotic sense of, I'm just doing it to do it. I'm not, in a sense, doing it with a greater purpose, or this is why I'm doing it. You've got to find that why. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Whenever you find out the why behind everything, life is going to become so much simpler and smoother for you, and you're going to realize that once you find that why out, your spirit guides are already waiting on you. I'm seeing them up in the stars and up in the heavens, just like, this is the time for them, him or her, to reflect and find out what it is that is the why. What makes you tick? What makes you irritated? What do you not like being around? What do you like being around? All of these kind of things and questions are things that you need to be working on, like today, not tomorrow, today. And it's like really imperative right now that you be focusing your energy where it should be going, because you don't, like I said in my last video that I just posted, you don't have any more time for days wasted and just moving through this energy of not trying to get it figured out. Right now is the time that you have to be getting it figured out, because there is people depending on you. There's not only elders, that are older than you, that are waiting on the knowledge that you have that they weren't able to collect in their life path. It's something special about you that they're waiting on you right now. Not only the elders, the younger too. You have this special connection that you're able to connect with all generations, and not many people are able to do that, where you can connect with someone that's 7, 8, 9, 10, and also connect with someone who's 45, 50, and everybody else in between that spectrum of ages. And you have this sense of time not existing, so it helps you. You already feel like time doesn't exist, and it's just almost in a sense like the matrix that we're living in. And that's what helps you be able to timeline jump and be able to resonate with the younger and the older. You're not latched onto one generation of, well, this is how I came up and this is how it should be, or this is how that generation came up and I want to follow behind them. You're carving out a path that has never been carved before. And that's what is conflicting you and your spirit right now, because you don't really know what direction you're supposed to be going. But you're not supposed to know the direction right now. You're just supposed to figure out the why behind what you're doing. What is your purpose in life? You're meant to help people. You're meant to serve others. I'm seeing a spirit of service. You're supposed to be doing things that are going to influence people in such a positive way that their whole life path is going to be changed just off of them watching you and watching the things that you have did and the things that you have elevated from, and say, wow, that's somebody that looks like me, or they came from a similar situation or struggle that I came from, and I saw how they elevated out of it and what they did to get themselves to a higher level and higher vibration. I want to do that. I want to be a better version of myself. They're not even in a sense gonna want to be like you, which some people emulate and would try to be like you, but you can't be duplicated or replicated. That's another thing that I'm seeing. You have such a special and sacred energy that even if somebody was to try to duplicate it, it can't be done. So all that they can do is see what you're doing, see the improvements you're making, and they can only try to be a better version of themselves, which is a great thing, because like Nipsey said, that's all that I'm trying to do is hustle and motivate. As long as you going through every day and you hustling, you have the why behind what you're doing, and you pushing positive messages, peace, love, all that kind of stuff, instead of division, hatred, jealousy, envy, those lower vibration, lower chakra energies, you gonna be all right. You already have all the tools within yourself that you can heal yourself, and not only yourself but others. You have a healing energy that's just radiating from you. When you walk into a room, listen to what I'm saying. When you walk into a room, if the energy is low, it gets raised immediately when you step into a room. It's an aura that you bring about that is not, it's not something that can be ignored, or that is just like almost like you have this energy force field around you that people can feel you before they even see you. It's almost like people want to talk to you about their problems. People want to talk to you about the good in their life, the bad. It's just something about you that they feel comfortable and safe with, that this person knows a little bit, and even if they don't, you might have gave off a intimidating spirit in the past of putting a mask on to make yourself seem like not even tougher or like hard, but just that I don't want to be bothered. That's what I'm seeing on you. you gave off this energy like, I don't want to be bothered, or I don't mess around, I don't play around. And you've been coming out of that and being more open to being receptive of being a people person, because you know that it's your job to heal. You know that it's your job to continue on things that your elders and ancestors have left on this journey for you, to keep the cycle of growth going. You know that basically the world is depending on you at this point. And if you don't make the right moves right now in this moment, that is going to affect a lot of people, and it's ultimately going to affect you, because you know that whether it's something like, for example, juicing. I'll give you a good example. I've been juicing for about a year, 2 years, something like that. But I recently really got serious about it, and I'm posting more juicing content and just living healthier, being healthier. My cousin, who's been drinking, smoking, popping pills, you name it. Outside, I don't think he's ever did coke or anything like that, but you name it, you know what I'm saying, to get out of what he felt like was a depressive state, he's did it. And just him seeing my post that I posted on Instagram maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago, he went out and got a juicer. I was so, excuse me, burp for confirmation. I was so happy and proud of him whenever he sent me the picture of him juicing some stuff. And he said, yeah, I done juiced some celery, carrots, and cucumbers. And it's like, wow, like that's influence right there. When you can cause somebody to make a positive change and alter the course of where their life might have been headed. Because like Yaki Awaken said, a lot of us go through this state of drinking, smoking, just trying to escape the environment we live in, especially as black men and women. I don't want to make this a racial thing, but everybody on the planet knows we get the most hate out of anybody. So that already causes a level of stress that can kill you in itself. The stress that you deal with on an everyday basis of just being black in the current world that we live in. Yes, you get a lot of love and admiration because people know your potential and what you're capable of, but you get the most hate out of anybody on this planet. You know it, they know it, and it's just something that can't be ignored. But you taking the steps right now that's healing and getting away from being in stressful environments and deciding to not use drugs or use different vices to escape the reality, and you actually taking that look in the mirror, doing the deeper shadow work and saying, I could do this. I could go get a bottle or a fifth and down it in one night. I could take these shots. I could do that. But you could also go get some apples, lemons, ginger, make you some ginger shots. Go get some turmeric, some orange juice. You know what I'm saying? It's your choice. And that's what I'm saying. You've got the choice to make. And right now, I just had to come here to let you know, make the right choice in today. And then tomorrow, when it's today, if you're blessed to see tomorrow, make the right choice today again and again and again and again. And this is how you are going to heal yourself and start to deal with the root causes of why you felt like you needed these vices in the first place. So that's what I got for today. That message was just so heavy on me right now. I just had to get it off. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon.